Hello, it's Sarah here. Well, obviously it's Sarah here, and I'm just doing this video for you now because I am aware that I haven't caught up with everybody this week on my Real Results group. Now, let's just confirm that I am definitely continuing with this group. It's now going to be virtual, and I'm just going to give you some other options as well because I want to make sure that you're well supported through this. You made a commitment to yourself, you made a commitment to me that you are on your weight loss journey now, and this continues. I know there's so much stuff going on in the world right now, so much stress, but obviously the most important thing to me with this group and with all my other clients is to keep everybody fit and well and strong and to help boost immunity. And with boosting immunity, you need to be a good weight. You need to be within your sort of target weight. So I'm going to work really closely with you as long as it takes until you reach your comfortable ideal weight. So I just wanted to let you know that this is not going to stop. It's just going to change platform on how I get this information to you. So here we are, it is March, it is now the third month, and I know it's only been 3 weeks since we sat down in February, and so it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. So, there's obviously a lot has happened in that time, but also, it's been sort of quite quick since I last saw you. So what I want you to do is to make sure that you do your weight and you do your measurements. So I appreciate that not everybody has scales at their home, other than the ones that I use for my business. I don't have scales, and I know a lot of people sort of ditch them and would rather use my scales at a specific time. So if you fall into this category, please let me know and I will find a way to get me and my scales to you. Probably best if I come and find you somewhere, but I am more than happy to do this. I am really sort of upping my support and everything that I can do to help all my clients over the next weeks, hopefully not months. So let me know and we'll schedule a slot in. If you're able to jump on some scales, or if you can go down to Boots or something and get on their scales, fine. Appreciate though that scales are different. One set of scales to the next is slightly different. So if you can try and weigh at the normal time that you weigh, then that's fantastic. But do bear that in mind and don't be disheartened if it says something that you're not expecting, because bear in mind that all scales are slightly different. And I know a lot of scales now, some are adjusting kilos, so that's sometimes a little bit tricky to sort of get that, how to work out the difference there. So yeah, measure, definitely you can do that. Get your tape measure out, measure, write it on that sheet that I gave you back in January, and just see if there's any changes. And again, it's only been three weeks since I last saw you, so don't worry if there hasn't been big changes since then. As long as you are working towards the right direction, that's all that matters. Okay, so we have spoke about the detox plan that was in January. Not for everybody. Some people, not for everybody. Last month we spoke about the anti-inflammatory, and I sent you out 2 weeks worth of recipes and meal plans for you. And as I said, if you want to find more, just Google, because there are tons and tons and tons of recipes for anti-inflammatory. But just start introducing those foods in, like your turmeric and your garlic and lots of fresh fruit and veg, plus all the other things that are great for anti-inflammatory. So start bringing those in to your meals and really help with that, with the anti-inflammatory. Okay, now this month I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to send you as well information on intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is what we're going to talk about. Again, not for everybody, but there's lots of different ways where you might be able to sneak it in and you might see a difference. People like intermittent fasting sometimes right at the beginning of their weight loss journey or right at the end, because it's a good kickstart, good regimented plan, and then right at the end, they may have got to a certain level with their weight loss and then things kind of stops. This is a good way to sort of change and shake things up a little bit. So intermittent fasting, I'm just going to talk about a couple of them, and then when you receive the information via email over the next few days, there's some other choices there as well with the intermittent fasting. Some of them are just crazy, and I wouldn't even recommend it to many people. Probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody, and I certainly wouldn't do it. But it's an option there. Okay, so there's a 16-8 method, 16/8 method. This is where you fast for 16 hours every day, and then you schedule in your 3 meals over 8 hours. So let me see, let's get this right into my head. So you will have your breakfast at 10, maybe your lunch at 2, and then maybe your dinner at 6. So all your food is in, that is 8 hours, isn't it? All your food is in those 8 hours, and then you fast until the 10 o'clock the next day. Or you might want to bring it forward a little bit or further a little bit. So you schedule your meals in then. So you give your body, your digestive system, a real good break for 16 hours. And you can do this for 2 days over the week. You can do this 5, you can do this, 7. Your choice with this. So that's the first method. The other one, popular one, has been around a lot, is the 5-2. So this is where you fast for 2 days a week, and then you eat sensibly, nutritious meals, calorie controlled, but not too low for the other 5. So good, sort of balanced, and just be observant over those 5 days where you're eating. Excuse me. Eating normally. So for 2 days, you're going to cut your calories right the way down to about 500 or 600 calories a day. And again, this has to be very, very well planned. And you need to make sure what you're eating is totally nutritious. So, plenty of salad, plenty of veg, get some protein in there as well. A little bit of carbs, because what we don't want is to, start getting our blood levels to drop too low. What I'm going to do is I am going to send over to you, again, via email this week, 7 recipes which are super low calories, so that you can start factoring those sorts of things into your diet if you want to. So super low calorie recipes. They're sort of like 250, 300 calories, these meals are. And they're not like just a piece of lettuce. These are good foods that will help you, really sort of help push you on your journey a little bit. And, they're cutting right back, so if you want to do the 5-2. So those are the 2 main ones I'm just going to talk about on this video presentation right now. But when I send you the email over, have a look at all the other ones as well. So there's the 24-hour fast, once or twice a week. Well, I'm not sure whether I'd suggest that one. There's the warrior diet, where you don't eat anything during the day, but you eat a big meal at night. Spontaneous meal skipping as well is a good one, where you spontaneous, so you might miss breakfast on Monday, you might miss dinner on Thursday, so that's a good one as well. So, but anyway, it's all coming at you. Check this out when it comes, have a good read through, and see if you can fit it into your daily life. I think it's got to fit with you. There's no point in doing a 5-2 if you can't find 2 days which are going to be easy for you to cut your calories. So it's got to fit in well with your work and life. Okay, intermittent fasting. Give me a shout if you've got any questions on that. So I have 2 other action plans that I'd like you to do as well. The first one is called Whose S-H-I-T Is It Anyway? So this is all about negative thoughts. S-H-I-T. I'm not going to say that word out loud, but it stands for systematic, harmful, invasive thoughts. Tongue twister. So this is all about negative thoughts that you may have and that you have had about body shape and dieting and the perception of going through deprivation, all of these things that you may have had built up for many, many years. And it might not be your thoughts, it might be thoughts that have come from other people, from social media, from things you're reading, and you've got it in your head. So these negative thoughts, they're imprinted into our brain, and sometimes to work through it is really, really tough. And once we work through it, then we can start think about clean ideas. Clean being caring, loving, encouraging, aspirational and nurturing, good things. So it's about shifting the bad thoughts and moving in the good thoughts. So we need to acknowledge these SHIT thoughts that come into our head. So for example, it might be a person that you live with whose thought is that he or she or whoever doesn't think that you're good enough, and then because of this you might eat for comfort. It might be something on social media where the thought is that, you know, all people that are overweight are lazy. Well, that we know that's not true. So, and how does that make you feel? Well, you know, if I'm overweight, I might as well be lazy, might as well do nothing. So, you know, it's these thoughts that are in your head. Let's get rid of them, write them down, acknowledge them, and then let's start reversing that. So this is going to come as well via email. So you can start filling that one in for me. And then the final one is about awareness. So I want you to acknowledge what choices you have made over the many, many years, the choices that you've made that has made you fat, made you overweight. So for example, I've eaten too many takeaways, for example, and that's what's made me fat. So what can you do to reverse this to make you slim? Well, why am I eating takeaways? I'm eating takeaways because I'm really busy. I zoom in from work at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening. I can't prepare a meal then because I'm so tired. A takeaway does it. So what can we do? We can make sure that we're doing lots of planning, lots of prepping of meals, putting stuff in the slow cooker before you go to work so things are all ready for you. So, I mean, that's just a very sort of simple and easy to say solution, but have a look at things that are making you fat. Is it that every time you go past your local corner shop, you've got to pop in and buy 2 bars of chocolate? You know, why are we doing that? You know, what can we do to not do that? You know, go a different route, don't take your bank card with you, you know, things that you can do just to stop that bad habit. So this is also coming at you as well. So this is an awareness. How can we change the habits, the things that we do that have made us overweight to turn it around? And again, putting it on paper makes it more real, and it makes you really, really think about your habits and what you're doing. Okay, so that's me over and out. Now, I am deadly serious about you contacting me and saying, yes, sir, I do need you to pop over with your scales, just for a little bit of support, just a little bit of advice. Please do post on this group and let me know if this is something that you'd like me to do. Yeah, I think that's probably, I really, really do want to help you, and I'm more than happy to do that. Obviously, if you're self-isolating, that's something slightly different, and we'll work through that. But please do, let me know if you'd like me to do that. Very, very welcome. I'm very, very happy to do that. Okay, thank you very much for listening. And do make sure that you're on my virtual fitness group as well, because everything now, as you know, is going online, and I'm going to do all my exercises, all my support through this, and I really want all you guys with me as well. Okay, take care now. Bye bye.